Hello friends and welcome back to the Brockopp side. Today we got ourselves a movie review of Hellfest directed by Gregory Plotkin. This movie is about a masked killer who stalks and murders people in Hellfest, a traveling Halloween Horror Nights type theme park where nobody thinks he's actually killing anybody because everyone thinks it's all just part of the show. Until they realize it's very much not. So even though I talk about a lot of bad ones, I am a big fan of horror movies, and I also love theme parks, so this movie should have been kind of a best of both worlds kind of thing here. And one of the positive things I have to say about the movie is that it kind of reminded me of my senior year in high school when we went on grad night and went to Six Flags Magic Mountain, spending the whole night at the park with party, lights and stuff going. Minus the horror theme and the serial killer on the loose, the movie brought me a little bit of nostalgia, even though I do feel like it gave me a little bit of rose-tinted glasses while I was watching it. The theme park atmosphere allows the film to have a lot of colorful, vibrant party lighting, which makes every single shot very colorful and appealing to look at, and that's one of the things I always like to see in a movie is nice, colorful lighting and cinematography. And there's one main character in the movie that I actually felt bad when he died because he was just here on this date with this really nice girl and he went to go surprise her with a stuffed animal but he ends up getting killed. I felt bad for the guy and I felt bad for the girl he was with because they didn't get to finish their date. I guess I'm a romantic that way, I don't know. The movie begins fairly well paced, but then it feels like it kinda starts to drag after a while. The movie tries to build up the suspense and try to throw you off from when an actual scare is going to happen, because you got these main characters going through all these haunted houses and attractions and stuff, and like in typical theme park haunted house fashion, you got these actors jumping out from curtains and stuff and, running up behind them while they're walking around. So it tries to do a lot of that and then sneak in a scare when you least expect it, or a kill, and it's just honestly not as effective as the movie wants it to be, and I really didn't find myself being scared, at all. The killer gets into the park like anybody else, like a regular guest, so of course he can't bring any weapons into the park with him, so he has to improvise. So first he steals an ice pick from a snow cone vendor. I'm like, okay, cool. But then later in the movie, he tries to decapitate somebody with a guillotine, which was just a prop for a stage show. But it still has a real blade to it. And then in one of the haunted houses, all the weapons and shit are fake, but then there's one real metal axe in there. Why are those two things the only props that are real and actually lethal? That's kind of a lawsuit brewing there, guys. Any real attempt at suspense really just falls flat because you know from the very beginning of the movie which characters are going to survive and which ones are going to get killed, so pretty much after a while you're just counting down the minutes until that person dies, and then we're just going to see how these two characters make it out. It's really a formula you could see in pretty much any slasher movie. Basically, if you've seen the original Halloween, you know what I'm talking about. Which, by the way, we may be talking about very soon. I walked out of the theater enjoying Hellfest, but then when I came home to write my notes for this review, the whole movie started to fall apart for me. I think I just got a bit wrapped up in the theme park setting and the pretty colors, which made me not notice how this really is just not an effective horror movie, at all. So all in all, Hellfest had a lot of potential, but it unfortunately just falls flat, and now I strangely just want to go rewatch the live-action Scooby-Doo movie. Because it also is a theme park and has, monsters and shit. So I'm gonna go do that now. So, those are my thoughts on Hellfest. If you guys have seen the movie, or if you have no interest in going to a horror theme park after today, let me know down below, and we'll see you on the Brockopp side.